Hi everyone. So it's been a month since I got my Midori for my birthday, and I just wanted to do, like a quick month in review, I guess you'd call it, to show you what I've been using it for, if I've added anything, if I've taken anything out, etc, etc. I have been using this every single day. I mentioned in a previous video that I get, or used to get, quite overwhelmed, especially with large notebooks, and I wouldn't write in them, or I'd write for a little while and then be like, oh my gosh, there's so much, paper left, I'm never going to fill it, etc. I haven't had that with this at all. I don't write in it every day. I think I've only missed like the odd day here and there, and sometimes I will then combine the next entry with the day I choose to write on, but I don't feel pressured at all. So I'm not sure if you can see, it's starting to get some lovely scuffs on it and wrinkles and stuff like that, and it's been in and out of my handbag. I have quite long nails, so it gets scratched by them. Yeah, it's just brilliant. So just quickly recap what I was going to use it for. The zipper pouch is exactly the same as it was before, just bits and bobs. As you can see, I've got my train reservation ticket, which I'm going to stick in at some point. The lined insert was for writing. The plain insert is like a scrapbook thing, which I'll do like a mini flip of in a moment, and the grid one is for hospital stuff. So as I said, I don't write in this every day, and I don't feel pressured to write in it every day, which is something that I did with previous notebooks and journals. And to me, journaling should be fun. It shouldn't be a stressful thing to do. It should be something that you find quite relaxing, or stuff like that. So the fact that I don't feel pressured into writing actually has kind of made me write more. Well, that seems to be the case. I'm literally only, I think, two sheets, but 4 sides away from being in the middle of my book, which is amazing for me. I really didn't think, I was quite nervous that it would be a couple of pages in and I'd get the fear again. So I'm glad that hasn't happened. So all I do, there's nothing fancy in here. I literally just stick a bit of masking tape, or masking stickers, sorry, that come in a tin, which I will show you, and then stamp the date with my date stamp with Stays On ink. And then at the bottom of the entry, or at the end of the entry, I do the same colour, and then I'll start my next entry. I used to always worry that I wasn't writing my diary entries correctly. I know that sounds a bit weird, but there are so many ways to journal. It doesn't have to necessarily start "Dear Diary, today, blah blah blah." I watched a YouTube video by Miss Vicky B, which I will link down below, because she goes through how she journals and all different styles, and she shows journals that she's had from years ago, and it was just a really encouraging video. I don't do Dear Diary style of writing. I sort of write as if I'm talking to myself. I don't write as if I'm talking like the book is a person. Yeah, I kind of write as if I'm talking to myself. Let's I went on holiday, well, mini break, to my grandparents, and all I did was I did a squiggly line just so I know, flicking through the book, it just says holiday at Nan's, so that breaks away, you know, the normal everyday blah blah blah. And this was the first day I went to visit my grandparents, and then when I came back I just did another squiggly line so I know that's when the holiday ends. And that is purely just for visual when I'm thumbing through the book and I would like to know you know, which started where and what ended where. So that's how that's going. As I said, I don't do Dear Diary. I kind of just, I write a title which has something to do with what I'm going to write about. So the other day I decided that beans on toast with cheese was essentially a baked bean pizza. So that's the title, baked bean pizza. The back of the book, I used to carry so many different, you know, notebooks in my handbag. One would be for shopping lists, one would be for my list for toiletries and things like that. Then I'd have another list for art supplies I wanted to get, or a list of lists. It was mental. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I still carry quite a few notebooks. But it was, you know, I couldn't actually fit anything else in my bag at one stage apart from notebooks and pens. So all I've done is I've got some cheap graph paper, A4, folded it into, is it called the pamphlet fold maybe? Just like that. And I've just stuck it in with a binder clip, and this one is for ideas I've got for YouTube. This one is my big cleaning list for cleaning my flat, and on the back I just have a budget and a list of things I need to take or get for my holiday in September. So they are just stuck in with a binder clip. Now in my file folder I keep some spares that I've just folded down in case I need a shopping list or anything like that. I've also got some hospital letters in there which I need to move over to my Filofax, and the stickers I had before. So this is my plain paper insert, and I've been using it as like a smash book, scrapbook, photo thingy mabob. I mentioned before that I do scrapbook, but 12 by 12 layouts really sort of frighten me, and I'm not into the whole sticking one tiny picture onto a 12 by 12 page and just sticking some frilly bits around it. Don't get me wrong, it looks beautiful when other people do it, but I love photographs. I take so many photographs of everything, and I wouldn't have room to keep that many pages. I also don't like to waste paper. I really try not to waste paper, so putting one teeny tiny photo on a 12 by 12 page would drive me bonkers. So when I first started this, I've got 3 photos. I've just sort of written, there's something I want to stick here, like I would like to do my own version of a Henry Matisse cutout and stick it there. Then I just have a little journaling card, that I have a photograph that I need to print out to go on the back of that, and just this was from the book that I got when we went to see Henry Matisse at the Tate Modern, so I just cut out the quote and cut out a picture of him cutting out his things. The background is just blobs of gouache. This was my first entry into my Midori, and I didn't really know where I wanted to go, and I was a little bit worried about ruining the paper. It's paper. I think we all have that sort of niggling feeling, but it is just paper. The second page, this was a page about my birthday. There's actually a few of them. I pre-painted, let me just see if I can, the background with gouache. Oh gosh, yes, that's gouache too, if I said guess so, sorry. With gouache, and just stuck random bits of washi tape down. I was still quite nervous of how I wanted to do it, so I just stuck my photos in, done a bit of journaling. There's a little tab thing I got with a Smashbook kit, and then just I got a handbag and a purse off my mum, so I thought I'd stick the tags in just with a bit of twine. We went to Jamie's Italian with my grandparents for my birthday, so I did a page about the food, and I just sort of went with it here. It's my book. I like photos. All I want is a little bit of colour on the background, so all I did was wash on some gouache randomly and colour in, I don't even know if you can see them, little gold squares, and wrote Jamie's Italian, and I really like that page. Used the date stamp at the bottom, and that was it. And then this was pictures of us together while we were there, another journaling card. It was very rustic at his restaurant, so I tried to make the background look like wood, and then I had some wood grain washi tape and a bit of green washi tape I just stuck down, white pen to go around it, and that's it. I've kind of really trying to push myself into not giving a crap what other people think. This is my book. If people want to look at it and I allow them to look at it, it's still my book. If they don't like it, they don't like it. I do. The last page that I've done currently is very simple. Like I said, I love photographs. I literally these are Stedler pens. I drew some lines, put some washi tape. Let's do it this way. They're not neat, they weren't measured, nothing like that. Stuck the photos down. We have a journaling card that I need to do some writing there. And there's the other side, and that was the day we went to Jamie's, but that was at my flat when we were getting ready to leave. These journaling cards, if anybody's interested, are by We Are Memory Keepers, and they're called the quoted cards, which I will link down below. And if anybody's wondering how I print my photos, I don't have a mobile phone printer, and at the moment my home printer isn't working, so I go onto a website which I will link down below. It's called picmonkey.com, and it allows you to collage your images into all different shapes and sizes. Now what I do is I use the square format, and I change the resolution, maybe, I'm not sure, I'm not a technical person, to 18,000 by 12,000, and that gives you a 6x4 layout, and then I do 4 images. Now they're not all even, you're talking maybe out by a few millimeters at the most. That doesn't bother me. I am currently just doing that on PicMonkey, saving it to my desktop, and then taking those images to a Photoshop to get printed, and until I fix my printer or I get a mobile phone printer, I'm doing that maybe once a week, once every week and a half, and then I have a bulk load of photographs, and I'll stick them down as and when I can. And the good thing about writing separately to the photographs is that I won't forget the date. So if I've done something major, if we've been to the park or we've been to the cinema, it will go into my written diary, and then I can later look what date it was and use a date stamp to stick it down. So that's how that's going. And it's just fun. It's really fun to look at it on the train. So there's the back of my craft folder. Now this one is the grid folder, and I won't show you too much because it's pretty private, but I'm just using this as a hospital type thing. Basically, at the moment, I don't have an awful lot of hospital appointments. At the end of September onwards, I have loads. And it will be that way right up till Christmas, and probably a lot long after Christmas as well. And I wanted a completely separate diary, so I'm actually considering taking this out of my Midori until the end of September, and I will show you what I've got separately in a second. But I've just written down what I thought needed to be written down in here, so it's all in one place. If I ever needed it at a doctor's appointment or at a hospital appointment, all the information is in there. So I'm going to cover that bit up. This just says appointments, and I have the date of the appointment, what it's for, if there's anything that I needed to ask them, stuff like that. Then I actually shared this page on the Midori Traveller's Notebook Facebook page, but it said September on it, and I got myself into a right tiz over it. I was like, oh no, I should have done July, and I sort of left it on the table, went and had a cup of tea, come back to it, and I was like, I did it in pencil. It's really not the end of the world. I'll just rub out the, you know, where it says September and redo it, and I'll just rub out the letters, the dates, and re-enter them. I don't know why I got so worked up over it. So I just drew it out the best I could. If anybody is interested, I just used, maybe you can see this. So there's 4 full squares and then sort of half. So it would make up to 5 squares in total, but at a weird angle. It just says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, blah, 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 blah. This is when I went to my grandparents, so I put some washi tape just so it stands out. I'm quite a visual person. I had to go to hospital, I had to call the hospital, I received a letter that is very important, paid my TV licence, bills, have to pay my rent, and some shopping. August, I'm not going to do a thing for August. I don't need to do a thing for August. I have absolutely nothing important coming up in August, and that was my problem with buying inserts that are predated. It's a waste of paper, so for the time being I will do my monthlies like this. Like I said, that'll all change at the end of September, October, but for the time being it's fine. And then just some notes at the bottom. I then got questions that I had to ask at the hospital in June, so I don't forget them in case they ever needed to be brought up again. They're there, and I've got some extra room to write more questions. And then this is just quick snippets of how I feel, what's been playing on my mind, if I've been to an appointment, or maybe if I've got an appointment coming up and I'm a little bit nervous, that will go in here. The reason I keep it separate from my general writing is in case it's anything important. So maybe I'm feeling extra sick one day, or I've had a extra bad migraine. Instead of it going into my diary and having to, you know, really flip through it to find the date and how long it lasted for and blah blah blah, it's all in this book, which is just kept for hospital stuff. I know some people may find that really over the top, but for me it works, and that's why I like it. I do forget stuff which is important. I think we all do. You know, we'll wait for a doctor's appointment or whatever appointment, you know, job interviews even. Get to that particular appointment, all week we fretted about what we need to ask him, and then our mind goes completely blank, and I can't afford to do that. You know, they need to know how I'm feeling, what's going on, etc, etc. So that's why it's in a separate book. And that's just the back again. So, like I said, this will change in September. The first few weeks of September is going to change because I'm going on holiday for 2 weeks. So my normal diary will be coming out of my Midori, and my hospital diary will probably be coming out of my Midori. I'm not too sure about the plain paper insert yet. That is because this is going to be my holiday journal. So this will have writing in it, it will have photographs in it, doodles, etc, etc, tickets, whatever I want, and that is purely for that holiday. So that will be going into my Midori, and other stuff will be coming out. I also printed off, let me just find her name. Florenology. I hope I've pronounced that right. I believe she posted it on the Midori group first of all. And she has a blog, and she's offering a free diary insert, which is fantastic for me at the moment, because like I said, I don't know really at the moment from one week to the next what's happening, and I don't want to waste paper. So it looks like this. I will link her down below. You see, I've done a really bad job cutting it. Doesn't bother me. Isn't it pretty though? It's just, it's all in grey, and you know, you can track your water, and it's notes and stuff like that, and it's not dated, which is fantastic. It also comes with the little, you know, book text block thing, and all I did is, it's not stitched or bound or anything like that. It is just covered in a piece of Amy Tangerine cardstock paper stuff, and I just stuck this on the front of it, and I'm keeping it together with a binder clip at the moment. And at the moment I just place it into my Midori. If things start to get more busy, I might put it in there. I might take this on holiday with me, so I at least have reference to things that are coming up in the end of September and October and stuff like that. There are so many people who do these kinds of inserts. Ray Blake at My Life All in One Place. I'll link that down below. His are, you can choose different colours. He has monthly ones, he has horizontal ones, I think vertical. You can buy inserts that have been specifically made for the Midori. DIY Fish on Etsy has, you know, some fantastic ones, and she also does Filofax inserts. So yeah, that's just a review of a month in my Midori and what's coming up. I hope it's been informative. Hope I haven't bored you to tears, and that's it. I've got some ideas about other videos that I would like to make, especially about sort of people getting overly worried about ruining their journals, and so I know there's probably hundreds of videos, but I can relate a lot to it. I'm dyslexic. For a very long time I refused to write anything because I was so embarrassed about how bad my handwriting looked, all the spelling mistakes, stuff like that. You do, just in a nicer way as possible, just have to get over it. It is your book. Don't let anybody tell you any differently. Don't let anybody put you down, and if they do, it's their issue, it's not yours. So I'd like to do a video on that. I've got an order I received from Colt Pens that I'd like to do that. And oh, like I said, I'm going on holiday in September. I would like to do a like a travel pencil case video to show you what I will take with me, just to give you some ideas. So I hope you're all okay. Any questions, as per usual, just ask them. Any suggestions in the comments down below, and I will get back to you. Hope you're all well, and speak to you soon. Bye.